Hello, everyone, and welcome to another week of opening stuff with me, Brent. And this is my booms room. And this is stuff that I bought, packages and all sorts of stuff. So we're going to dig into what I got. Start with the biggest box here. Um, right before, I think it was right before the holidays, or right around the holidays. Nope, December 6th. Um, it says on my order form here. Oh, that's right, because I was in Ohio at Collision. I was at Collision when they put this up for sale, and immediately, like, it was like two-thirds of the way through Collision or so, and I was just like, oh shit, the New Japan tracksuit for 2026 just popped up, and so I had to order it right then and there. But yes, so bam. Got the tracksuit in New Japan 2026. I'm a big fan of wrestling tracksuits. I'm wearing the Will Ospreay one right now from that I got in London at All In 2024, and that is a very crinkly package. um, uh, but yeah, so I bought that at the pop up. I bought this at the blacksmith pop up store. Before it got shut down by authorities, which was a fun, must have been a fun day for them. But yes, I successfully made it there. But yes, this is the New Japan tracksuit made by Soul Sports, not made by Blacksmith. And this is looking pretty cool. Here's obviously the front of the coat. You got the Soul Sports on the right. You got the New Japan logo on the left. And then on the back, you have the lion mark. You have some Japanese writing there, and the Soul Sports logo underneath that. And you got, obviously you have the zipper in the front. You got zipper pockets in the front as well. And yeah, really cool coat. I am looking forward to trying this on. I'm not gonna like demo trying on clothes. I'm definitely not gonna try on the pants. That you have to pay extra for. Maybe I'll start a Patreon and I'll try on pants on the Patreon or something. But yes, here are the pants. You have the Soul Sports logo on the right. You have the New Japan logo on the left. You got a stripe down the side of the pants and nothing on the butt, but you do get a butt pocket on the right hand side. So if you like sticking things in your butt pocket, there you go. Um, so yeah, really cool tracksuit. I dig this one quite a bit. I like the red, white, and blue kind of design here. Obviously, we got a lot of other things that are red, white, and blue going on here that are not as much fun, but yeah, really cool tracksuit. I'm liking this quite a bit, and gonna you can look forward to seeing me wearing this at a wrestling event near you and just around the house. The next item I got here, we're gonna get into this guy. Got this from my buddy Coach Doggins. He likes to buy figures and then put belts on them and take pictures and then send them to me because I can't find them sometimes. I don't want to pay $40 on ringside for a basic figure. So he got and sent me the Kelani Jordan figure, which I was very excited to get. Especially because we're nearing Royal Rumble time, and I like to have all my figures out and throw figures at people, and it's a whole big thing. But yeah, really cool figure here. I like this one quite a bit for a basic or a main event figure. It's pretty good detail here. Obviously, the clothes there's not really they've they kind of show some clotheslines, some clothing layer lines, not just painted on like when they first released that Ember Moon with the terrible painted on outfit. There's at least a little bit of like extra layer there. It's not much, but it's more than a little, so that's appreciated. The face, there we go. The face is looking pretty good for a woman's figure. It's not bad. As I'm sure anybody that collects wrestling figures knows, women's faces sometimes on wrestling figures just I don't know, they just miss way more than they hit. But this one's pretty good. The hair, though, the hair is really where it's at. The front, it's got the little I'm not a hair expert, so the little dangly dudes on the front of the hair, which is cool, but then the back, it's really curly hair and really good detail went into that, and it's even got like highlights in there, and which you can't really see the highlights all that well on the video, but they're there. Bad lighting, I guess. Maybe you can see a little bit better back here. I don't know, but yeah, you really can't see them, but they're there, and it's good. It's good detail. Really good figure here for the main event series, and yeah, I dig this one quite a bit. So really cool Kelani Jordan figure. Um, Next thing, I got a book. I haven't read this book because I'm a very slow reader and I got a bunch of comic books to read, so I need to read those first. But I bought this at the Ollie's. That's what it's called, and it was like $5 or $6. And this was something that I was looking at uh, this is something I was looking at when I went to like Barnes and Noble and stuff like that, and I never really pulled the trigger on it, but I saw it at Ollie's because I was just kind of walking through the book area because I usually go check out the graphic novels, and I saw this on the shelf and I was like, hey, that's that book that I kind of wanted, and it's really cheap. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I don't I honestly couldn't even tell you what this is about. I know I don't know. It's a fascinating read according to Eric Bischoff, so it's got to be good, right? But no, there's it's got some good quotes on the back. Mick Foley put a quote in there. Chris Jericho put a quote in there, and I know there's like he talks to wrestlers, and some of it's like stories from the wrestlers. I'm not really 100% sure. I will maybe check back and do a book report when I if I read this, but I'm going to try to. I really am going to try to read this. I am interested in this, and I like the cover too, just because it's got the old LJN figures on it. And as my friend Dan here says, we need a Brent OnlyFans, which maybe we'll get there at some point. We'll see. Um, and yes, Coach, get better. He just had some medical issues, but he's back on his feet and back buying figures, and I'm sure I'll be buying some from him soon. There we go. Next item I'm going to talk about is some comic books. We got here the DC KO issue number 3. It's got Will Ospreay and Firestorm on the cover here, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not much for capes and cowls kind of comic books, but I had to buy these ones because it's got AEW covers. And if you weren't aware of these, issue 2 had Tony Storm and Power Girl on the front, and issue 1 had Hangman Page and Lobo on the front. But yeah, this was issue 3. The comic book series, this one doesn't have like any sort of official AEW crossovers happening in it. It's just got cool variant covers. I'm trying to think. Issue 4, I think, was now I'm drawing a blank on who issue 4 and issue 5 is. But there are issue 4 and issue 5 variant covers as well for these, with AEW wrestlers on them. I've got them pre-ordered. I'm drawing a blank on who's there. But they did look cool, and they're branching out into other comic books. One of the other DC KO crossover books has a MJF cover, and then there's a Static Shock cover that has Swerve on it as well. So really cool to see them doing a lot of crossover stuff with AEW. But of course, all of that is leading into a DC and AEW crossover comic book. There's a 2-issue series. It comes out, I believe, in March. I'm not sure on the date. But yeah, it comes out in March, and there's some variant covers with those. And it looks really cool. It's a story about like going and getting this intergalactic championship and stuff like that. And yeah, really fun. That's going to be a really fun story. But the DCKO series, like I said, not really about wrestling per se, but it kind of is. It's all a big wrestling tournament. I'm going to do issue 1 because I don't want to spoil this for anybody on who's in the final 4 in this tournament. Let's see if the bracket. There we go. Here's the bracket from issue 1. You have I think it was it 30, I think it was 32 comic book heroes and villains all battling in this tournament to see who is going to win. And I'm sorry if you can't read who's all in there, but yeah, big 32 man tournament, very pro wrestling in its approach. And then obviously, you get eliminated, and then the winners go on, and so on and so forth, just like all tournaments work. And a fun event in that regard is, as opposed to, like, is it my favorite thing ever? Like I said, I'm not really a superhero kind of guy, but I'm digging the story, and I'm not buying every issue of the tournament. There's the main DCKO series, and then there's lots of other comic books that cover side stories about all this and other matches that are taking place and stuff like that. So I'm not getting all of them, but I am buying the main series and anything with AEW on it because I'm a wrestling dork. But in comic books that I am reading and that I do enjoy that are more in my wheelhouse, there's a comic book called Wrestle Heist, which its first issue just came out recently, and it's about this guy, Sterling Steele, who is basically the big guy. He's I'm trying to think of a good comparison. I don't know. He's a big important wrestler in his company, but never really has been like the guy in his company. So he decides to leave his promotion and go work for another company. And everything seems good. He's going to do his last match. He's going to lose his last match and go on and go on to his new company. But then the promoter, in a very bad wrestling promoter sort of way, decides to have his opponent shoot on him, which means hurt him intentionally. And Christian, that's a good comparison. Yeah, Christian, like when Christian went to TNA, and but it would be like if Vince McMahon injured him before he could go to TNA and put him in the hospital in a coma and out of action. That's a great pull there. So yes, so he puts him in the hospital. The guy's hurt. He's got lots of medical bills to pay. He's got he's got he's got medical bills to pay. He's just his life. He can't wrestle anymore because he's just too injured to wrestle anymore. So he comes up with an idea to rob the promotion. So that's setting the stage for the story. There's a little bit more going on in the comic book as well. I'm not going to ruin the entire thing, but first issue came out. It's a 5-issue series. Next issue comes out, I believe, next Wednesday. So it's definitely worth checking out if you like comic books, if you like fun comic book stories. It's a good one. I highly recommend it. And then lastly, I bought some stuff from the Pro Wrestling Tees Whatnot. One of them I had to buy just because going to like WWE events. Let me pull this real quick. At like SummerSlam, they did this cool football helmet where it had like the SummerSlam logo on it, and for Detroit, and it's like a Lions kind of design. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I wanted to kind of collect these for more events, but I haven't. But I saw this on Pro Wrestling Tees Whatnot, and I didn't see this in the arena. And I went to both of the Full Gear shows, so I don't know if they sold that at Full Gear or if it was like a promotional item that they gave away at a hockey game or something. But I saw this and I was like, oh, that's really cool. They have a hockey puck, and it's got the AEW logo and the New Jersey Devils logo on it. Now, I'm not a New Jersey Devils fan by trade, but you know what? I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a cool puck. Obviously, Full Gear was at the Prudential Center where the New Jersey Devils play. So it's kind of just a fun collector's item to have in the collection just because it's super random. And it's even got the NHL shiny sticker on the back, which means you know that it's a real hockey puck. But yeah, it's made out of rubber. It's legit. It's very heavy. It's a really cool item. I'm not gonna lie. So kind of glad I snagged this guy because yeah, it's kind of just a fun collector's item to have from being like, yeah, I went to an AEW show at the Prudential Center where the Devils play. And then the other item I bought on that Whatnot was a Chase Micro Brawler, which I probably didn't need, but it was something that I saw and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. 'Cause I don't think I've ever, you know, I usually follow, micro brawlers and stuff pretty closely. I have the regular version, which looks like this, where it's Vader, but he's got kind of the half Darth Vader helmet on. And I was like, okay, that's a pretty cool micro brawler. I thought that one, I really dug that one. I like when they kind of do crossovers with characters and stuff like that. And then I saw that they had this one on the one, and I'm like, I've never even seen this chase version where it's Vader, but he's wearing the like a Darth Vader get up with the little chest buttons and stuff like that on it. The head's the same, but the body's different. And I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool that it's like more of a Darth Vader version than a Big Van Vader version. So there we go. Here, there's him with the Darth Vader chest thing, and then the back is just a plain cape on the back. But that's what Darth Vader wears, so that makes sense. You don't want to throw some weird stuff on there. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool micro brawler. So glad I picked that up as well. And yeah, so that's the stuff I picked up for this week. If you want to watch me try on some clothes, I guess join my OnlyFans and I'll have to run that one past the wife. I'm just kidding. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you sometime in the near future talking about something wrestling related because that's what we do here in the Booms Room. So take care, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. And like and subscribe and all that shit. Thanks. Bye.